Well, it works in the same way as other coaching, that you have a conversation. But I think there is something about walking that changes the dynamic. And I think there's a number of parts to that. Partly there is a difference between sitting face to face with someone and walking alongside them and looking out at the world together, and that changes. Another difference is that when you're walking together, um, there's much more space for silence without that feeling uncomfortable for the person being coached. And so you can have quite long reflective silences where people are internalizing or processing or considering, and that can be very powerful. Another dynamic I think is actually the physicality. I tend to take people walking in the mountains, so we'll walk up, moderately steep hill, and people get breathless, but they're oxygenating and they're exercising as they're talking and thinking. And that also changes things. So that's, I think, another reason. And certainly one of the things my clients report is that when we've done this, they often have very clear memory of precisely what we talked about at specific points in the walk. So they'll remember a view and they'll remember the conversation associated with that, or they'll remember a fall in the mud and the conversation associated with that. It doesn't really matter. So it's a very memorable experience. And then, of course, there's the whole thing about the expansiveness, so that you're taking them out of the office environment, which is naturally quite constrained, and taking them into God's own country where you can see for miles. And so I think the perspective quite literally changes. And then another benefit is the range of stimuli that they're subjected to. So there's different smells, different sights, different feelings of rain or sun, or whatever it might be. And that sort of visceral sense of the natural that also is very different from an office environment. So it's a hugely rich experience.